If you have a teenager that you are responsible for, whether it's a female or it's a male, you need to get them to listen to the story. Now, I'm going to tell y'all two stories. That's right, two stories today. One about a female and one about a male. Now, we're going to talk about the female story first. So you get this 15-year-old girl, and she hangs out with these other two 15-year-old girls. Now, what they like to do, they like to go into these clubs where they know dang well you got to be 18 or 21 years old and up. But somehow, some way, they be getting up in these clubs and flirting with these dudes. Now, listen, these girls are virgins, okay? So they not being intimate with men at all. They just going in the club, they dancing, they flirting, and they drinking. So we're going to say a Saturday night comes around and they get up in, I'm not going to name the club, I'm not going to name the city, but they end up getting up in this club and they just chilling. So this dude come in there, and I'm talking about, when I say he iced out, he dripped out, right? So they looking at him like, who the heck is that? Now, I can't tell y'all who it is, but I'm going to say this. This dude got a lot of money, and he liked to spend. So they looking at him, and he peeped them out. So he looking at him, he like, God dang, who was that? So he tell his man to go, he like, yo, tell them come over here. Tell them come over to the VIP. So his man come over there, he like, hey, listen, my homie wants y'all to come over there and chill with him. So they like, all right, come on, let's go. So they get over there, and he tell two of his homeboys, like, y'all, watch out. Let them sit down next to me. So he looking at him. I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm going to be real. Now, I know a lot of you cats going to disagree with me in the comment section, but it is what it is. Now, I don't want to hear that, oh, a lot of these girls be looking grown. Man, let's just keep it a buck. Let's just keep it a bean. Let's just keep it 100. Yeah, a lot of these young girls do be looking grown, but as soon as they open their mouth, you can tell that this is a dang teenager. Am I right or am I wrong? Let me know in the comment section, because we ain't about to play no military mind games. You know dang well that as soon as she opened her mouth, you could tell this girl was very immature and that she sounded like a child. So let's not play the games. So he listening to him. He like, where y'all from? And you know, what y'all doing after the club? And they like, we just going home. We chilling. And he like, here, drink this. So he got bottles already at the table. Now, the bottles that he got at the table, he got 2 bottles over here to the right, and he got 5 bottles over here to the left. He gives them the bottle over here to the left, right, with the 2 bottles at. So they drinking it. And they like, yo, I'm feeling lightheaded. I'm not feeling good. They all 3 of them. They feeling woozy, dizzy, the room spinning, right? So he tell his homeboy like, yeah, hey, go get the car, right? So it's him, the homeboy, the 2 other dudes that he said to watch out, and another cat. So it's 5 of these dudes, and it's 3 of these girls. Oh, so they end up getting the girls out of the club, and they end up taking them to a hotel. Now, when they take them to a hotel, this is where I'm going to have to stop the story, because it get graphic, and I want this video to get out there. Now, you teenagers that's listening to this video, y'all can use y'all imagination. I'm just going to say this. When them girls woke up, their virginity was gone. Okay. And when I say it was gone, y'all know what I mean. These girls, their virginity was taken. Not only that, these dudes filmed it. They filmed it. They violated these girls on camera, and they put it out there. They put it out there on Facebook, Instagram, and adult websites. They put it out there. One of the girls, now, y'all know in high school, you know, dudes be all on these websites, so they see these things. One of the girls could not take the pressure at all, so she ended up unaliving herself. She wrote a letter to her mama and said, I can't deal with this no more. I'm tired of the bullying, this and that, whoop-de-woo. And she ended up taking herself out of this earth, right? The other two girls end up moving out of state. Now, that's their story right there. So, you young girls out there, listen. Number one, let me give y'all some advice. Women, period. When you go to the club, all right, do not let nobody buy you a drink. Okay, if they buy you a drink, you better be right there when the bartender is making that drink. You better have eyes on at all times. When that bartender making that drink and they get that drink to the guy to give to you, you better don't you take your eyes off of them at all. And I'm not saying that all men does put things in girls' drinks. I'm not saying that at all. At all, I'm not saying that, okay? So, but the whole thing is make sure that you just not accepting drinks from any and everybody, because you could end up like these chicks that this happened to. All right. And I just really want to stress that. I know I'm supposed to be telling y'all the story, but this right here is real. This is real life. I really need for y'all to pay attention. When you go to the club, go with a couple of your friends, and with your friends, y'all come together, y'all leave together. It ain't no, oh, I just met this dude and me and him about to dip off. No, you don't know this dude. You don't know what his intentions are. There's guys out here that's out here being predators and doing girls bad, doing girls dirty. We hear all the stories all the time. You know, this is a side story right here. Last year, I was coming from the club. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning. And where I was at a four-way. It was this white SUV right there in the middle of the street. And I'm like, man, what the heck? Because I'm coming from, I guess this person is southbound and I'm coming northbound. So I see him and I'm like, man, what the heck going on? Why this person that's right here ain't moving? So I had this bad feeling. So I pull up and then I get behind them and put my hazard lights on and I get out the car. Yo, why when I get up at the window, on the driver's side window, there's a girl. She couldn't be nothing, maybe 17, 18, 19, maybe even 20. I'm not sure. But she looked so young and she was passed out drunk. So I'm knocking on the window. She ain't moving. So I open the door. Now, when I open the door, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I opened the door with my shirt because, you know, sometimes being a good Samaritan can backfire. So I opened the door with my shirt and I tapped her. I'm like, hey, wake up. And she looked at me and went back to sleep. I said, hey, what is you doing? And she was like, move. This girl was drunk out of her mind. So I'm like, man, this girl, wow. So her iPhone was right here. So I got her iPhone and I put it to her face to unlock her face. So I'm going through her phone right there in the middle of the intersection. And I get to her mama. So I'm calling her mama, call. Like the third time I call, her mama answer the phone like, hello. I'm like, hey, listen, my name is so-and-so. Your daughter is right here at this intersection. She passed out drunk. And I'm just letting you know that I'm about to pull her car right over here to this gas station on this street right here. Y'all need to come get her. And she like, oh, okay, thank you so much, thank you. I told her to stop doing this. She always doing this. I told her to stop doing this. I said, that's okay, man, but I'm about to go, but I'm about to pull over here and I'm about to lock the keys right here and blah, 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 blah. She said, okay, thank you. So I end up getting her to move to the side, y'all, and I pull over there, lock the car up, whatever. Imagine if that wasn't me that did that. Imagine if that was a creep. And I know some of y'all be like, Lord, that can't never happen. Y'all just don't know. Y'all just do not know, man. It's all, you would think, even after the Jeffrey Dahmer show done came out, how Jeffrey Dahmer was kidnapping dudes, you would think that people would not be that dang careless. This girl was passed out drunk. Imagine if I was a creep. She could be somewhere in somebody's basement, in my basement right now, tied up. with a missing person case, and her parents all on the 11 o'clock news in the morning news talk about, please just bring my baby home, and prayers. Hey, y'all, you young girls, you women, period. Y'all got to tighten up. This world is not rainbows and cherries. It's real monsters and demons out here. And that story, I'm going to keep telling that story too. I hope the girl that this happened to, that I found in the middle of that intersection, hear this story too. Because, girl, you could have been just another case, a missing person case. If it wasn't me, it could have been somebody else that had bad intentions. And well, you would have just been another victim. So again, young girls, women, y'all heard what I said. Now let's get to the fellas. Now, this is a story where you got a couple of homies. And the reason why this story make me real angry is because when you come from poverty and you come from being poor and broke, and y'all is a crew and y'all grow up like that, and when y'all get older, y'all start doing things that y'all don't supposed to do to make money in the hood, which is selling them drugs. Now, everybody supposed to be equal. You got these 5 cats that grew up together in poverty, and they end up getting a hold of that bag, and they moving it. They moving the dog food. I'm not going to say what it is, but for the people out there that know what I'm talking about, y'all know what dog food is. So they moving dog food, and now they getting money. Well, just so happens one of them is getting way more money than everybody. When I say he out there hustling, he out there hustling. Some of these dudes in this crew, they don't want change. Y'all know when these dope things come around, they hey, listen, let me get a 50. Let me get a 50, but it only got $44. Or they come with a big jar of change that they done broken to grandma's crib and stole all grandma. Y'all know how grandma got all that money on them coins in them jars. You know, dope fiend and went in there and broke in grandma's crib and stole all the change. And these dope fiends, you know, they coming to these cats and they turn them away like, no, man, give me dollars, man. Give me money, man. I want no change. Yo, one of these cats, we just gonna name him Toothpick. Toothpick is a hustler. He don't care if you got change. He don't care if you got electronics. He accepting it all, right? So he getting the most money out. He getting the most money out here in these streets. Now, y'all know that there's always a Judas. And if y'all don't know who Judas is the cat that betrayed Jesus. And you know, the crazy thing about the Judas situation is that this man watched Jesus walk on water. He watched Jesus feed 5,000 men and women with 5 loaves and 7 pieces of bread, man. 5 loaves of bread and 7 pieces of fish, right? He seen Jesus heal the blind, heal the sick, cast out demons, right? And what he do? He betrayed them. So like I said, you got Toothpick, the cat that's out here that's really getting that bread out of the whole 5, and you got the Judas that's watching them. This is where this story gets crazy. It's some guys out there that might even be in your family, that done been in the struggle with you, that slept on the same floors as you, that got STDs with you from running trains on nasty chicks out here. Y'all done been to that clinic getting them pills and all that, right? Together, going through it, right? Sharing meals together. Now that y'all making money and he just getting a little bit more money than you, and he know you like to blow trees, right? Y'all always blowing trees. So you know what he do? He put a little extra. When I say extra, he put extras in your blunt now. And now you done inhaled that and done did something to your mind. You have just been laced. Now your mind gone. Now, fellas, I need for y'all to pay attention, man. I'm not saying blowing cannabis is bad, But there's cats out there, man. There are dudes out there that's envious, that's spiteful, that's hateful, that's vengeful. Because you got just a little bit more than them. So they put something in your cannabis and mess your mind all the way up. Got you out here bad. I can't even imagine. Y'all know the stories. We hear about these stories every day where somebody done put something in somebody's drink or somebody done put something in somebody's cannabis and messed them up. It's like, I be wondering, like, sometimes, like, the people that this happened to, do they know that they messed up? Are they trapped in the living hell? You know what I mean? Are they aware of what's going on? And like, I just can't get right, or I'm trying to get right. You know, y'all feel what I'm saying? So again, fellas out there, just watch who around you, man. When you give dap to people and handshakes to your so-called partners, make sure, because sometimes that smile ain't matching that handshake. So let me say that again. So I want y'all to write that down. Sometimes when you embrace your homie, make sure that smile is matching that handshake. Because some of these cats out here, man, they just tolerate you. They just tolerate you, and all the while they want you gone. They want you up out of there. So I'm gonna give a real quick recap. Ladies, when you go to the club, make sure you bring some friends with you. Don't be up there accepting drinks from any and everybody. And if somebody do buy you a drink, you better make sure you watching the bartender, from the bartender to the hand to you. Because don't get caught up like them chicks did that I told y'all about in the beginning. And then, for the fellas out there, yo, you better watch. Be careful. Be careful of your circle. Be careful of the people that's around you. Because some of them cats is a Judas that's waiting to betray you. And sometimes that betrayal come in the form of putting something in your drink, or putting something in your cannabis and mess you all the way up. I hope y'all learned something today from this video, because there's somebody out there it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Because King Solomon said there's nothing new under the sun. But there's somebody that's going to listen to this story today or whatever day and get to really thinking, whether you a female that's about to go out and be chilling. Like, you know what? Nah, I'm going to fall back and just keep accepting drinks from everybody. I'm going to fall back from, if I'm a teenage girl, be sneaking in the club with these girls. You got time. You ain't got nothing but time. You'll be 18, 21 in a couple years. You got time. So like I said, let's chill. Be a teenager. Stay out them dang clubs. And with that, y'all, I'm out.
Hey, I'm Donta. If you enjoyed this story time, make sure you hit that like button, share the video, and if you are not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you want me to promote your business or your social media channels, email me at thedanteshow88@yahoo.com. I charge $50 per video. Don't forget, y'all, I go live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time.
So it was this girl, we're going to call her Keisha. And she had her baby daddy, we going to call him Mike. So Keisha and Mike been rocking for a long time. They started off in high school, got out of high school, still dating, got an apartment together, living together. You know the story. Rocking for a long time, eventually have kids, but never got engaged, never got married. It was just Keisha and Mike. She felt like she was entitled to him. They got years invested. They got kids. This is mine. This is my man. Well, Mike, although him and Keisha been rocking for so long, Mike was still doing him. He was with Keisha at home with the kids, but out in the world with his homeboys, his families, by himself, he was still taking numbers, still flirting, basically walking around like he a single dude. And one particular time, he met this girl. We gonna call her Sydney. Sydney was like a woman he ain't never seen before. It wasn't all about her looks. It was just how she carried herself. She was like the epitome of class. Not saying that Keisha wasn't classy or whatever. She was just familiar. You know what I'm saying? Somebody he got comfortable with. He loved her, but he wasn't in love with her. But with Sydney, she was just, I mean, how she dressed, how she talked, everything just screamed a lady, classy, wife. Like he wanted to be with her, but he didn't know how to tell her that he still stayed with his baby mama, still was messing with his baby mama. Basically, they was still a relationship without a title, but he wanted Sydney. So he courted Sydney. He went after Sydney, and he eventually got with Sydney. Sydney, she's with Mike. They having this good relationship. And she started hearing that Mike had a baby mama that he was still with. Now, she knew Mike had kids. She wasn't going to interfere with that. She wanted him to be in his kid's life and be a good daddy. But at the same time, you could be a good daddy and not be messing with your baby mama. She was not okay with that, wasn't going to be okay with that. And she let him know that. And he was lying to her within their relationship. Like, no, it ain't even that. We just co-parenting or whatever. But over time, she kept hearing that he was messing with her, and she addressed it. Like, I hear what you saying, but I'm hearing all these noise about you still with your baby mama. I'm going to just let you know right now. If that's the case, you need to dead that, end that, because I'm not about to be with no dude that got a whole nother lady on this side. You're not about to have me out here looking like the side piece, the sneaky link, none of that. So you either with me or leave me alone, because there's somebody out here that appreciate all this, and he ain't trying to two-time me, have me his cake and eat it too. No, I'm not dealing with that. So he like, nah, baby, you know what? I don't know it. Whatever you hearing, it might be mixed signals out here, people lying on me, but I'm going to let my baby mama know, especially if she's spreading a lie, that this ain't what it is. We just co-parenting. Whole time, he is in a relationship with his baby mama. So he just, out of nowhere, like, tell Sydney, I'm about to text her right now. Like, I don't know what's going on in the street. So now he's sitting there talking to Sydney while he's texting. But this is just over with. We ain't doing nothing. We ain't gonna be together no more. It's just strictly the kids. I don't know why people saying we still together. You know what it is. Lying. Trying to please Sydney. And that's just what it is. He's saying Sydney's, that was enough for her because he did it in her face. But now Keisha's blowing up his phone, texting, blowing up the phone. She mad because she don't know what's going on. And it just seemed like from that time to fast forward, now he's really just strictly trying to keep it about the kids. But every time he go over there to get the kids, Keisha going off. Because she feel betrayed. She like, how dare you? I've been holding you down. We've been together. All of a sudden, now you meet this chick. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not good enough no more. What is this? What did I do to cause this? And he like, well, you know what it is. It ain't been right for a long time. We just been comfortable. We just been convenient for each other and all this, that. And she like, you wasn't saying that when you was sleeping with me. You wasn't saying that when we been together this long. I let you go out. I let you have your fun with your boys. I let you do you. But now all of a sudden you meet this girl and I ain't good enough. And he like, oh, whatever, where my kids? And she like, and you bet not ever come pick your kids up with her in the car. I wish you would, because, yeah, you go find out how real mad I am. Now, she ain't even trying to take her anger out on him no more. She feel like she's the cause of messing up their relationship. When in reality, Sydney was just knowing her self-worth, and she was just letting him know, I'm not being with a dude who got a female. I'm not a home wrecker. I'm not breaking up none of that stuff. And that's really how she felt. He was lying to her the whole time, making it seem like it wasn't what it was. You know what I'm saying? But Keisha ain't care about none of that. Keisha sees Sydney as a threat. Keisha sees Sydney as somebody that broke up her happy home. So now when she hears Sydney name, think about Sydney, it's on sight. She don't care. So this one particular day, Mike just like, yeah, whatever. Just get over it. You know, we've been done a long time ago. We should have been moved on. And he was just taking Keisha as a joke. He goes over to the house with with Sydney in the car to go pick up his kids. Keisha comes to the door. She like, oh, hell no. Oh, so you thought I was playing? Ready to run out to run up on Sydney, and he hurry up and jump out the car like, no, this ain't even what it's about to be. You need to go in the house, take your way in the house, trying to hold her back and stuff. No, it's this B fault. She the reason why we ain't together. She the reason why all this stuff, and she just making herself look crazy. The neighbors starting to come out, seeing all this yelling and stuff, and they wondering what's going on. And he like, just go get my kids, just go get my kids. She like, no, since you want to be like that, you want to play with me, you ain't seeing your kids, you might as well drive off and take that B with you. No, they ain't coming outside. I don't know her. You ain't introduced me to her. I ain't having her around my kids. Whole time she, you know, her friends of friends of friends and people know Sydney. They know she carries herself like a lady. They know she ain't gonna do nothing to the kids. But she don't care. She don't know her and have the audacity to show up at her house and with her man. No, heck no. So from that day on up, anytime she seen her at Walmart, it don't matter where it's at. They could have been at church. Her mindset is it's on site. It's on site. So now Sydney, being the person she is, now she's like, this my man. It's the principle now. I'm not about to keep letting this girl threaten me and talk junk and run up on me. You know what I'm saying? So now she doing little stuff. She's sitting there posting pictures with him because it's her man. She feel like she can. And she can, you know, but she doing it to be petty. You know what I'm saying? Like, aha, nana, boo-boo. So she posting pictures, she doing stuff, she posting pictures, tagging people that may know the girl. She just doing stuff she ain't got no business doing. And this one particular time, it caught up with her because she should have just left the girl alone, had the relationship with Mike, or just left Mike alone with all the baggage and the drama that comes with him. Because now she's out with her girls, she's having a good time, she decides to go on live. And she's at the gas station. She's on live and she like, yeah, we out here, me and my girls. This was a well-needed thing. We finna gas the car up and we finna head out to blah, 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 telling her location. And the whole time, Keisha is already watching her page and got people watching her page. So she sees that she's online. And she like, oh, so she's at that gas station. Oh, she so mad, in her feelings, out of her mind, just upset about the whole relationship. She ends up grabbing her gun and getting it ready. Her mind is to fight the girl, but whatever pop off, hell, if I got to get rid of her, she just got to go. But I'm going to continue. So she gets in her car, she heads to the gas station. Sydney is still on live, her and her girls having a good time, gassing up, talking junk. Yeah, we out, you know, we finna have fun, we out here, whatever. And here come Keisha pulling up. She pulls up to the pump right next to Sydney, like, yeah, B, I finally caught you. Yo, you know, my baby daddy ain't here to stop me. Your family ain't here to stop me. Nobody here to stop me. And Sydney, still being a woman, but she like, no, it's the principle. I'm tired of this. We finna just fight, get it out of our system so we can move on, so you can see, you can stop it. So when Sydney is about to run up on Keisha, Keisha just hurry up and grab her gun and shoot her in the head. Pow. All this is on live. All the friends and everybody going crazy. Keisha hurry up and jumps in her car and she drives off. They got her license plate in the live video. Everybody screaming, oh my God, not Sydney. Oh my God, I can't believe she just did that. It wasn't that deep. It wasn't that deep. Yeah, it's all there. Everybody saw it. They sent it to the police. Keisha's in jail. Sydney is dead. Mike's still out doing him. The moral of the story is, baby mamas, mothers of children, it is not worth it to end your life over, your freedom over, your peace of mind. If he don't want to be with you, let it go. Baby daddies of children. If the woman does no longer want you, she doesn't want to be with you for whatever reason, let her go. Find somebody that wants to be with you, wants your time, because your peace, your freedom, or your life is not worth it. And with that, I'm out.
Hey, I'm Dante. If you enjoyed this story time, make sure you hit that like button, share the video, and if you are not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you want me to promote your business or your social media channels, email me at thedanteshow88@yahoo.com. I charge $50 per video. Don't forget, y'all, I go live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time.
Okay, so this story is about this married couple The husband, he was a mechanic, and he's been doing that job for years, while the wife was a secretary for a Fortune 500 company. They made their money. They raised their children. Everybody in the community knew them. It was a small community, but it was a nice community. So any kind of rumors that came about, any kind of emergencies, everybody knew everybody. So they know who to tell, who to reach out to. So in this particular story, the wife, she's been the secretary for this CEO man for years. They had a good relationship. They always went to cocktail parties and work related events, and eventually over time the wife started to get jealous of that lifestyle, because even though she had a nice home and she had, you know, wonderful children and a nice husband, faithful husband that'd just go to work and come home, and he didn't leave the house, he didn't have much friends, he was a homebody, it was getting boring to her. But she was used to it, and she had her escape from work, because when she went to work, all she seen was these high society people with these business suits and these nice cars, and eventually she wanted that life. She didn't entertain it because she knew that that wasn't good for her to be jealous. She should be grateful for the stuff she had, but eventually it wasn't enough. So on this particular day, they had a party for the job. It was like a fundraiser for a hospital or whatever, and everybody's supposed to get dressed and dress nice. It was very formal. So she went to the party, she did her thing, what she's supposed to do, all the employees had to go, and she started noticing that the CEO was watching her. She seen it over time, because you know when somebody watching you, because 9 times out of 10 you watching them too. But she, you know, that seed was already planted. She like, maybe he interested in, you know, in me, but I don't want to go over there and try to see what it is, because I want to be faithful for my husband. We have a really good marriage. I just wish I had more. You know, I voiced it to my husband. He has his mechanic job and it pays well. He's been with that for a long time, but we ain't got cars like them. You know, I can't dress like them. I can't just shop when I want to. And at first that was fine, you know, but after seeing this all day, you know, all week, these parties, these events, and I'm coming in my homely attire and they dressing to impress, I want this. So she looking at the CEO more. So now she's ready to dive into the possibility of maybe he ain't just looking at me like impressed with his secretary. Maybe he may want more. So she goes over there and she's like, hey, how you doing, Mr. So-and-so? Are you enjoying your night? And he's like, yes, I am now, because you came over here to speak to me. I've been trying to get your attention for a while. And she's like, what you mean? Because she's trying to keep it professional. She don't want to assume it is something that it ain't, but it definitely was something. He like, I mean, you've been working for me for a long time and you've been taking care of business. You've been keeping it strictly business. But I was wondering, and I'm not trying to be so forward, but have you ever thought about something more? And she's like, what do you mean something more? Mr. We're gonna say so-and-so, you know I'm married. Oh, no disrespect to your husband. I'm just saying we work closely, long hours, day and night. Your husband never complains. You're always here. When do you really have time to be home with your husband? And he's saying it trying to sound polite, but he got a little cocky edge to him, because I mean, he the CEO. Women always throwing themselves at him. He walk like money, he talk like money, and then how he dress in his cars and his persona is money. So he knows if he want a woman, 9 times out of 10, he's going to get her. So he's testing his luck with his secretary, who he's been working with for years, because that's the only female who hasn't thrown herself at him or showed interest in him or even tried to flirt with him. She's been strictly professional up until this point. So they talking and he's like, would you like me to get you a drink? And she's like, well, you know, my glass is already kind of full, but I mean, why not? One more won't hurt. Well, that was her mistake, because 1 turned to 2 and 2 turned to I don't know how many, because she's sloppy drunk at this point. So they laughing and she touching his shoulder. Oh gosh, Mr. So-and-so, you're so crazy. I'm just really enjoying myself. I hope this night don't have to end. And he like, well, you know, I am the CEO. I can keep this party going. Or if it's okay with you, we can leave and take a nightcap. And she's like, a nightcap? What do you have in mind? He like, well, I mean, my car is right outside. We could go get a room. It's nothing. That's whatever you would like to do, because I know you're married. I'm not. So whatever you say is okay with me. And she was like, well, okay, then let me go to the coat check and go get my stuff, and I'll follow your lead. So they eventually ended up leaving, and that was when the affair started. At first, it was just a simple little thing where they would just meet up on, you know, lunch breaks, because they still had to be professional at work. But he would take his lunch break. She'd look at her watch, wait 5 minutes, and check out with him. They're little quickies here and there, go around the corner, get a room, because he had money. He could get a room whenever he wanted to. They'll have a little quickie in the room. She'll tell her husband while she cooking dinner, oh, baby, I got to run out. I forgot to get milk. I forgot to get eggs. When really she's meeting him around the corner to have some car sex, you know, whatever she could to get it in. And she was so addictive to the CEO. She was something like he never had before. It was like a drug. So he just had to have her, to the point where he's like, you got to leave your husband. And she like, what do you mean? What do you mean? I thought this was just a friendly affair. We understood each other. You know, I really love my husband. I stay in a small community. I cannot let this get out. That's the whole point of the, you know, discreetness. I cannot let this get out. And he's like, no, I'm over that. We're grown. You clearly want me. I clearly want you. I'm not messing with nobody else. I'm only sleeping with you, and I can have anybody I am. I'm CEO of the blah, 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 yada, yada, talking his game, because he like letting her know I'm choosing you. But where he messed up at is he's choosing a married woman. So he put her in a dilemma. She's like, I really like you and I love what we have, but I'm married. I have children. I stay in this community. Everybody know each other. This cannot get out. He's like, well, why don't you get a divorce? And she's like, why would I get a divorce? I have no reason to divorce my husband. He doesn't do anything wrong to me. He doesn't cheat on me. He doesn't abuse me. He goes to work. He takes care of his business. He's great with the kids. He's great at home. He doesn't have friends really, so I know where he's at all times. Why would I leave him? He's like, because I love you. What if I give you $500,000 to leave your husband? She got to thinking like, $500,000 ain't bad, and that'll change my lifestyle. I mean, I could be dressing and looking and being like y'all. I'll fit right in. He's like, I'll take it even a step further. How about I sit you at the table with all the other partners, let them know how great you've been, and try to get you a promotion, so you're no longer my secretary. You are in the business like fully. You may not be a CEO, but you wanted a chairwoman. I can get you that position. What do you say? How does that sound? And the more he talked, it was like how the devil was trying to tempt Jesus. It was getting real, y'all. And she just couldn't take it. She's like, I don't know, but I can't divorce him. I can't divorce him. He like, well, you got to figure something out, because I'm not letting you go. I'm going to do whatever it takes. And he was serious. His tone was he wanted her. So she's like, we might have to just get rid of him. And he looked at her like, are you sure? Are you sure about that? Yes, I mean, I want to be with you just as much as you want to be with me, and I'm ready for this life. I deserve this life. I should have had this life, and I settled for less. And he's like, well, I know a guy who know a guy. And I know a guy who know a guy. I can make some calls. And she like, yeah, set that up. And then you just give them my information. He's like, wait, I'm not going to give him your information, because I don't want it to come back to you. We're going to go get a throwaway phone. We'll connect through there. We ain't going to do no texting. We just going to do some calling. I'm finna set this up real quick. Give me about a week. She's like, okay, I'm on your time. You just handle everything. And I let him know my husband's schedule, where he's at, where he's going to be, so this can get taken care of, because I'm ready for you. He's like, all right. So over the week span, they're swapping stories, schedules, locations, and everything, letting the dude know what's up and all this stuff. So here we are. The husband is leaving work. It's late. He just got done fixing on a car. It's been taking a little longer than he expected. So now he's going down the street where he normally goes home. Next thing he knows, he hears a shot, pow, and it hits him right on the neck. Now, he is frantic because adrenaline is kicking in, because all he heard was the shot. He didn't even realize he was shot until he started losing consciousness and the car just started to swerve over into a ditch. Now, the husband is in the ditch bleeding out and he's dead. The wife is acting like she's waiting on him to come home because she noticed he has a schedule. He comes home at the same time, whereas my husband. So she playing it off. She's trying to geek herself up because she got to call the cops because, you know, it's a whole act. So she let an hour go by, 2 hours, 3 hours. Okay, now she's like, it's time. She calls the police. Oh my God, I need to make a missing persons report. Something is not right. And like, ma'am, calm down. What is the problem? My husband, he's normally here every time. He normally calls me when he's leaving work and going somewhere else to pick up something or whatever the case may be, but he's not here. 3 hours didn't pass. They're like, ma'am, it is too soon to file a missing persons report. Are you sure your husband, you know, is he missing? He could have just stopped and grabbed a drink. Well, my husband doesn't drink. Well, I mean, ma'am, normally policy is it has to be missing for at least 24 to 48 hours. Well, I just need somebody to just go look around, and from his job to the street he takes home to make sure he's good. I just know something's not right. And she's doing the crying and just acting a whole fool because she got to put on the act. She know they recording her. She got to make herself look not guilty and as a worried wife, you know what I'm saying? So they're like, okay, ma'am, I'll call dispatch and have a, you know, patrol car hit that street you just told us about to make sure your husband's good. Okay, 25, 30 minutes later, she gets a knock at the door. Boo, boo, boo. Miss so-and-so. Yes, have you found my husband? Yes, ma'am. I'm so sorry to have to inform you, but oh my God, please don't tell me. Please don't tell me. She got the crocodile tears. She acted a whole fool, y'all. Oh my Lord Jesus, what is going on? Yes, ma'am. I'm so sorry to have to inform you, but your husband has been found en route, yada, yada. He is no longer, with us, ma'am. Your husband is deceased. Oh my God, was he in a car accident? What happened? No, ma'am, he was not in a car accident. Your husband's been shot. Oh God, she's acting crazy, grabbing her stuff. I gotta go see him. It might not be him. Are you sure? And all this stuff. And so she getting her stuff. She goes down to where they take the bodies and she go verify that it is him. And now she has to look like, because she's in a small town, like the wife that's in mourning and so sad and oh my God and all of this. Fast forward, they do their investigation, they looking into the case, they picking up evidence. The person that the CEO called, the friend of the friend, was so sloppy. It was so much evidence that went back to the dude who shot her husband. So they eventually got him within 2 weeks span. They got him, he's singing like a canary. I was hired from the CEO of this company to kill the secretary's husband because they were having an affair. He's talking. The cops is from the same community, so they going home and telling their wives. The wives is telling everybody in the community, and so everybody knows now that the mechanic wife was having an affair with the CEO. So now she getting looked at because they wondering like, maybe she set it up. It was so much evidence against the dude and just so much was adding up that it just didn't look right that the wife had something to do with it. So the cops and all the investigators and everything went back to the dude who shot the husband and said, how about you do something for us? I want you to call the wife. We're going to record you and I want you to catch her on tape admitting that she had something to do with it. Make her talk about money. Make her talk about the phone call. Make her talk about anything that can incriminate her so she can get, you know, brought up to charges about this, and you ain't about to just take this by yourself. Make her talk about the CEO. Whatever you got to do, get this woman. He like, I'm down. If it helps get my time off or me some cut time or whatever, point me whatever direction you need me to be at, because yeah, I ain't do this alone. So he, you know, they doing all their little wiring and setting stuff up, and next thing you know, he calls. He like, hey. She's like, hey, why are you calling me? The deed was done. I mean, don't you call this phone no more. He like, no. I'm calling you because I was supposed to get my money, but I didn't get it all. And she like, what you mean you didn't get it all? You know, so-and-so made sure that he paid you. He like, well, somebody's lying because I didn't get all my money. I got half of it. Half upon taking the request, and I'm supposed to get the half when it was done. She's like, no, the whole thing was paid. You know what, I'm finna just call him. Give me a second. I'm calling him on three-way. So she calls the CEO, the person she having an affair with. She talking, Yeah, the guy is on the phone. And he's like, so what are you calling me for? Because this is your guy of a guy who's supposed to set this all up. We trying to get this taken care of. Don't you want me? This is what you've been saying. Yes, but we supposed to end this when I paid him. Dude on the phone like, I didn't get all my money. He's like, what do you mean you didn't get all your money? I paid you in full when the job was done. Well, after I killed her husband, you only paid me half. No, I didn't. I paid you the whole thing. Right then and there, they had enough. They was able to indict the person who did the crime, the CEO, and the wife. So the moral of the story is, y'all, don't be trying to keep up with the Joneses. Be grateful and content with what you already got. And with that, I'm out.
Hey, I'm Dante. If you enjoyed this story time, make sure you hit that like button, share the video, and if you are not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you want me to promote your business or your social media channels, email me at thedanteshow88@yahoo.com. I charge $50 per video. Don't forget, y'all, I go live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you are not a gang member and you get locked up in Fulton County, do not, I repeat, do not become a gang member or you're going to get your head cracked to the white meat. Let's get to this story.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
So you got Tar T being a Crip and you got my homeboy Homicide being a Blood. Now, I told y'all at the beginning that Homicide was already in there with me. Now, I got to give a full disclaimer for the people that do not know who I am and just now tuning into my stories. I am not a gang banger. I never was in no gang at all. I just had a whole bunch of associates that was gang members, okay? Whether they was Crips or Bloods or GDs, okay? But Dante ain't never gang bang. I just knew cats from the streets. And when I got locked up, naturally, me being who I was, I just gravitated, or should I say, gang members gravitated to me for my wisdom and knowledge, okay? So, Homicide was actually a guy that I knew from the streets. Like, I really knew him from Atlanta. I told y'all the story about Homicide already, so y'all just gonna have to go find the video about how I knew Homicide from the streets. So me and Homicide in there kicking it, and he come to my cell. He like, hey man, Dante, man, what's up with your cousin Rosalie? Now Rosalie is from Atlanta. Matter of fact, all this is happening in Atlanta. So basically, when we was in Atlanta, it was me, Tar T, Homicide, my cousin Derek, my sister Pig, Dominique, Al, who else? Kia, and I think Man was there too. I'm not sure. But we all was at Pig House in Covington, Georgia. We were just all chilling. And my cousin Rosalie, she pulled up, and Tar T was like, man, she is bad. And Homicide, and I'm gonna be real with y'all, I think Homicide didn't like Tar T off the strength that he was a Crip, but it could have been some other things some underlying things going on that I see. For y'all to get the beef between Homicide and Tar T, we have to go all the way to the beginning. And I don't think y'all really want me to go all the way to the beginning. Like I said, y'all got to go find the videos about Tar T and Homicide. But so Tar T like, yeah, man, Shawty's so fine, man. She's so fine and all this and that. And Homicide like, man, she ain't gonna want you, man. She ain't gonna want you. And he was like, man, there you go with all that hate. There you go with that hate and stuff. Long story short, the next morning, I get woke up. Man, Dante, Homicide and Tar T about to fight upstairs. They about to fight. And I had to get up there because I was the mutual friend between the two. And I had to basically break that up. So anyway, we back in jail. So Homicide like, man, hey, man, I want to holler at your cousin, man. I want to holler at your cousin. I was like, all right, well, shoot, when I get a visit, because she visited me once a week while I was locked up. So I was like, all right, I'm going to holler at her when, you know, when I see her after visiting. So he like, all right, bet. So then, remember y'all, every Tuesday we get new inmates. Like that was the rotation in the jail. They didn't want everybody, getting comfortable. So if you wasn't a problem inmate, you would usually stay in your dormitory. But 9 times out of 10, out of maybe 3 months, you gonna get moved. So they pop the doors and dudes start falling in, right? And guess who coming there? Tall T. So he beeline right over there to us, the Atlanta crew. And, we like, what's up? And Homicide just look him up and down like, yeah, whatever. So me saying that is to say, now that I think about it, y'all, yeah, I wondered that they really, like, before I came to Atlanta, I wonder that they gangs ever get into it. But they never told me anything about them like physically fighting or beefed out, but you could just tell it was just always animosity. So we over there chilling, we over there talking, and Homicide was like, hey man, he just brought it up out of nowhere. He like, yeah, I can't wait to see Rosalie. I can't wait to see her. And remember y'all, I told y'all him and Homicide, him and Tar T already had words and was about to fight when we was out there in the streets in the house about Rosalie. Because Homicide was hating on him. So he was like, man, bro, there you go again with that, bro. Man, why you sitting up there bringing up my girl name? Now, up until this point, yeah, this what Tar T says. Why you bring up my girl name? And Homicide, man, that ain't your girl. I'm like, and this is a shock to me because I'm thinking like, I think Rosalie would have told me like if she was talking to Tar T, so I'm just quiet. And they argue back and forth. He like, man, that ain't your girl, bro. That ain't your girl. He like, man, that is my girl. That is my girl. And he like, well, you need to keep her name out your mouth and all this and that. So this all new to me. I'm like, man, y'all chill out, man. Don't start doing that. Now remember, y'all, Tar T is a Crip and Homicide is a Blood. So as they lightweight arguing, they gang members start coming up like, what's going on? What's going on? And now, me being the mutual guy, like I said, y'all, I want to give a quick disclaimer. Now, if you are not a gang member, right, on the streets, don't go in here trying to be a gang member because it always turn out bad. These cats will put you on a dummy mission and get you jammed up. That's all I'm saying. Just go in there, be you. Hopefully you ain't a piece of crap, and hopefully you stand up for yourself. And that's all you gotta really do to survive the county jail. But particularly this. People wonder like, what county jail you talking about? This Fulton County. So they like, man, what's up? And they saying they little gang stuff. And I'm like, man, it's all good. And one of the Crips like, no, you don't speak for him. Tar T like, hey man, chill out, man. This is my homie Donta, man. Chill out. So at this point now, I'm getting upset because I just got disrespected by one of these Crip dudes. So Tar T like, nah, man, this is my homeboy Donta. It ain't nothing. We just talking. So they tell the Tar T like, look, man, you can't be over there mixing with them because there's Bloods over there. We ain't really rocking with the Bloods right now. So he like, all right, man, Donta, I'll holler at you in a minute, right? And that was rightfully so. Tar T supposed to go with his people, okay? I'm a neutron. I'm neutral. So he can kick it with me or whatever, but when the Bloods start coming around, it can get, it can get a little sketchy. So he has to go over there with his people. So I'm talking to Homicide like, man, why you always doing that? He like, nah, man, he talking to Rosalie. Man, look, when you go on the vision floor, man, ask her, is she coming today? I was there, yeah. He was like, man, ask her, is she talking to this clown, man? Because that dude always trying to claim people. I'm like, all right. So my name get called, I go to the visit, bro. Rosalie right there with my mama. So we talk. I'm like, hey, Rose, you talking to Tar T? She like, I mean, something like that, but I mean, he ain't my man or nothing. I said, oh, but like y'all talking, like that's like he one of your dudes. She was like, you know how I do it. I'm using these niggas for money. I'm like, oh, okay. I was just wondering. She was like, why? I said, well, he in here. She was like, oh, that's why he ain't been calling, blowing my phone up. I'm like, okay, so it ain't nothing official. It's just, he just one of your dudes, right? She like, yeah. I was like, okay, well, Homicide he said he wanted to holler at you, whatever. She like, I mean, what do you want to holler at me for? I don't like him. I said, oh, you don't? She was like, heck no, he too aggressive. And I was like, oh, all right. So I said, all right, that's what it is then, right? So we ain't really talk about nothing after that. So let's get back to the dormitory. So we get back to the dorm, and Homicide right there at the door, like, hey, Donta, what happened? Did she come? What happened? I said, look, bro, she ain't messing with you. What you mean she ain't messing with me? She ain't messing with you. She said you too aggressive. He like, man, I'm gonna holler at her when I get out, man. She's talking about I'm too aggressive. I said, actually, you are aggressive. You remember that time when we was at Stonecrest Mall and we were trying to get up on the white chicks? He was like, no, that wasn't my fault. I was drunk. Let me tell y'all what this dude do. So it was me, Homicide, and Al, right? We was at Stonecrest Mall. And we see these white chicks. Now, at them times, you know, we try to pull up on some white chicks that got money. You know, if it'll be a Friday evening, right? And we ain't got nothing to do for the weekend. We don't feel like partying. We, you know, want to get treated. And what's treated, you know, get taken care of by some white chicks, right? So we end up seeing 4 white chicks. And, you know, I went up on them. I'm like, what's up, ladies? And they was like, we okay. I'm like, what y'all doing? They like, we going shopping and this and that. So I'm like, well, it's 4 of y'all and it's 3 of us, you know, me and my 2 homies. Y'all want to kick it this weekend? They like, we got boyfriends and all this. Now I'm like, I know. I said, look, man, y'all are that dang gorgeous. So I know y'all got boyfriends, but you know what they say? Once you go black, you don't go back, right? And they got to laugh. They like, you funny and all this. And I said, yeah. So they like, all right. So it was this one. Oh, I just thought about something, y'all. I should tell y'all this story next. Yeah, because this right here is wow. Well, okay, let me change the name. So I'm going to say Kathy. Okay, so Kathy is the one that was feeling me, right? So so after, I guess, okay, so they was hanging back, and once they see Donta like really engaging the girls, then my other 2 homeboys just pull up and, you know, they start talking to the chicks, right? So Al ended up getting 2 chicks. Like 2 of the chicks was really feeling him. They was saying Al looked like the dude from Drew Hill, not Cisco, but the other one, like the other skinny guy. Al kind of favored that dude. So they was like, oh, you look, I forgot dude's name, but they was like, oh, you look just like blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, so what's up, y'all? The mall about to close soon. So we with y'all or what up? They like, all right, y'all can come with us. Y'all come with us. So listen, y'all, when I say they was breaded up, I'm talking about they was breaded all the way up. They stayed like in this, I forgot it was off of Old National Highway in a mansion. They had like a baby mansion. So her daddy, Catherine, the girl I was talking to, we went to her house. Her daddy was like a sports lawyer or something like that. I know he was a lawyer and he was dealing with sports or entertainment or something like that, but he was on a cruise right now. So they had the crib wide open. So, man, we went in there. Man, this house was nice. So, well, yeah, I'm definitely going to have to tell a separate story about this because I can't really, this is a prison story right here that I'm telling y'all, but yeah, this story right here is crazy. Anyway, so that's how we are, man. Wait, I forgot why was we even talking about this? Huh. I done forgot about the dang okay. It was the beef between Homicide and Tarty. My fault, y'all. Y'all know Donta get carried away. I done went into a whole different story. Anyway, so let's get back to, and I'm sorry, I know y'all gonna rip me apart in the comment section. I know y'all like, dang, man, this story was getting so good, man. Why you just switch like that? I'm sorry, y'all. Donta apologized. I get carried away sometimes, but I promise y'all, I'm going to give y'all that story. I promise y'all. So anyway, let's get back to the pod, right? So homicide right there. And I tell him like, yeah, that's why I said that, because the chicks be said that he too aggressive, right? So that's why he was being aggressive with one of the chicks with one of the white chicks. Okay, she wouldn't give him none, so he was being aggressive with her, and she ended up hitting him, and we had to go in the room and pull him out of that room before something happened. That's what I say, him being aggressive. So that's why I was telling that story. So let's go right back to the pod. So I tell him, she like, no, you too aggressive and all this and that. He like, man, I'm not aggressive. And I was like, you is aggressive. Remember what happened with the white girls? And he was like, oh yeah, that is right. But no, that wasn't my fault. She was playing. Now, let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all know any cats out there that be over aggressive with the females? You know what I'm saying? Be trying to bully it out of them. They be like real aggressive. And even though the girl might be afraid to say no to him, let me know in the comments section if y'all know somebody like that. Matter of fact, I know 2 cats like that. One dude from Flint and Homicide. So anyway, you got it where he like, all right, man, whatever. So Tar T come over there. He like, hey, you seen, somebody told me you be talking to Rose, like Rose just came and visited you. I was like, yeah. And Tar T was like, Homicide was like, man, she ain't thinking about you, man. She probably out here seeing another dude. He was like, look, I done told you already, man. Stop beating up my girl, man. He like, man, that ain't your girl, man. Donta just visited her right now. He said that she ain't even feeling you, man. I never said that to Homicide at all. So he like, man, get out of here, man. You always trying to get in my business, man. Stop getting in my business. So here they go arguing. I'm going to be real with y'all. In the streets, every time when us 3 was around each other and other people, it was always an argument, man. They always was getting into it for petty stuff. And yes, it was Homicide always starting the stuff between them 2. So they arguing, and here come the Bloods, and here come the Crips again, and they like on a standoff. And then this one dude named J-Rock from the Crips was like, hey man, y'all arguing over a B? Y'all arguing over a B? Now remember, y'all, Rosalie is my cousin. So when he said the B word, I'm like, hey man, you need to fall back on that B word. And he like, what you mean fall back? Hey, y'all ain't finna be arguing over no B, man. Y'all keep arguing over B. I said, hey, J-Rock, you need to chill out saying the B word. That's my family who you talking about. He like, man, like I said, I'm like, no, it ain't like what you said. Now, at this time, Homicide and Tar T stopped kind of arguing. And now it's just me and J-Rock. Tar T, Crip homeboy, that's really going at it now because he keep throwing that B word around. He like, man, like I said, bro, y'all they need to stop arguing over this chick and all this and that. So, I'm like, all right, but like, you need to watch your mouth. He like, I ain't gotta watch. We can go back in the shower and we can fight. So I'm like, man, it ain't nothing. So then Tar T like, no, y'all ain't about to fight. I'm like, no, he keep disrespecting. I'm gonna have to teach him. So Tar T like, no, I can't let you do that because they gonna try to jump you. And Homicide like, ain't nobody jumping my partner. So the other dude now, J-Rock, I think he was scared of me because he like, no, it ain't gonna be no one-on-one. We ain't doing that. No, I don't know how they play it, but no, Crips, we all stick together. And Tall T, man, you better pick a side, man. You better pick a side, bro. So he didn't want that one-on-one with me because he could give every excuse. He bringing other cats in it, talking about, oh, we a crew and in one fight we all fight. No, Donta and Neutron. I'm not no blood. I'm not no gang member. Let's go back in this. You called me out. You came with the disrespect, right? So we are arguing back and forth, and somebody done tipped off a guard. The guard come through, walking through there. Everybody dispersed. And about 5 minutes later, Homicide like, hey, man, we finna just go ahead and get these Crips up out of here, man. So I'm like, what you mean? He said, well, we finna bang out on them. I'm like, nah, man. See, and that's why I said, man, when it comes to this gang stuff and you got homeboys on both sides. It's like I'm always caught in the middle of something. So I'm like, Tarty, my man, and Homicide is too. So it's like, what can I do? What can I do? So I'm like, you know what? Let me go here and talk. Let me go talk. He like, no, man, we finna. I'm getting tired of these. But what it really is, y'all. I don't, like I said, I don't really know the beef between Homicide and Tarty. Honestly, like I said, when I first moved into the neighborhood in Settlers Grove, I met Tarty first, and then I met Homicide. And when we all met, when we all was together for the first time, we was at this party called it was at a warehouse or whatever, and all the hoods and Covington and Conyers like was all there, and it just seemed like they just had animosity, like they knew each other post me, but I don't know, maybe because they was from different gangs, I don't know, but I know one thing. Hold on, I need to drink some water. Hold on. What the heck is this? There's like vitamins in this dang water. Anyway, I don't know, man. I don't know what they beef was all about, but anyway, I'm like, no, man, but we just leave it alone. He like, no, man, we finna ride on. As soon as he said that, here go Tarty and 4 Crips. It was like 5 of them. And Homicide, it was like Homicide and maybe like 8 Bloods. So it was like 5 against 9. They end up just coming out of nowhere, just punching on Homicide, right? I got the punching on J-Rock. And then here come the Bloods coming this way. Right now, I wasn't hitting Tarty. I was only hitting J-Rock and with other Crip that was in my way. Because once it's on, right? So at this point now, it's just a fallout brawl. It's the Bloods versus the Crips and Donta right in the middle of it all. But it looked like that I'm helping the Bloods. So it's really like 10 on 5, right? It got real crazy. There was one dude. What was this dude named Poo Poo? This dude hit so hard, and he was a Crip, man. I ain't gonna lie. I had J-Rock. Okay, so J-Rock, he was like trying to boost me, trying to pick me up off my feet, but I locked down. I got the elbowing him in his back, like boom, boom, boom. Poo Poo came out of nowhere after he like slammed 2 Bloods, right? Then he come out of nowhere like boom. This dude hit me so hard, y'all. I didn't get knocked out, but I was in a daze. He like knocked me into tomorrow. Like I was like, what the heck? Have you ever got hit so hard that everything got so quiet and you hear that ringing noise in your ear? It was like that, man. Hey, shout out to Poo Poo, man. Oh, wherever you at, man. If you listening to this video, man, shout out to you. Matter of fact, hey, I need everybody to put your area code in the comment section. Right now, I'm going to represent Flint, Michigan, so I'm going to put 810 in the comment section. But y'all, let me know where y'all are from and put y'all area code in the comment section. But Poo Poo hit me so hard, y'all. I'm like, I'm knocked out, but I'm standing. And I'm still holding J-Rock. So all I'm thinking like, what the heck just happened? And then J-Rock just come up out of it. And then I don't know, was it Homicide or one of the Bloods pulled out that sword of justice and got the poking. And one of the Crips was like, oh, it's like that? It's like that? All right, come on, y'all, fall back. Right? For the sake of time, I got to end this video. I'm going to give y'all another story. But I'm not going to forget to give y'all about that story when we all went with the white girls. But with that, y'all, I'm out.
Hey, I'm Donta. If you enjoy my story time, y'all going to love my movie that's coming out in October. But I need y'all help. I need y'all help to help me finance this movie. So if you can, put something in the PayPal or put something in the Cash App. And with that, y'all, let's get back to the story. So we pull up to the projects. I'm like, man, come on, man. He like, what? I said, dude, I told you I ain't trying to talk to no ratchet chick, man. He like, man, she cool. I'm telling you, she cool. So I'm like, all right, man. So when we get to her house, she answered the door. Now, again, like I said, shout out to all the big, beautiful, big women out there, okay? So she answered the door, and Kiki is now big Kiki. Kiki is like 6 foot, maybe pushing 320, right? But so she's not sloppy looking. She look in shape though, but she just big. And, she got makeup, her hair done, she like a boss chick, a boss big chick, right? So, and I forgot to tell y'all, she got a gold tooth in the front of her mouth too, like on the right side. So she like, oh, boo, oh, man, oh, this your cousin, ain't it? So when she opened the door, she kind of like grabbed me a little bit. And now, you remember, y'all, I'm like, 5'11", maybe 170 at this time. So when she grabbed me, she like grabbed me and like hugged me, like brought me into her bosom. So I'm like, I kind of pushed back because I'm going to be real. I'm going to be real with y'all. I ain't never been with a big girl. It's not that I was discriminating. It's just a big girl ain't never came across my path. So, I just never had that experience, and, it is what it is. So like I said again, before y'all start trying to come for me talking about, oh, Donta shaming. No, trust me. Donta ain't shaming at all. I got, number one, hold up. Before we even go any further. Number one, this was about what? 10, 11, 12 years ago? Maybe, no, not even that. This was like maybe 15 years ago, now that I think about it. But Donta is married. So it ain't me relishing in the past, thinking like, oh, I want this type of woman and that. No. I'm just giving y'all the story. Y'all here for the story time. So let's get to it. So I kind of pushed back on it like, yo, hold up. The captain was like, yo, I'm going to leave y'all to it. And he walked out. So she like, man, I've been thinking about you all the time. So I'm like, hold on. I said, so what's your name? She was like, man, my name Kiki. And listen, y'all, Kiki was real freaky, really freaky, like over aggressively. So it's like she kept touching on me, and I'm like, I started getting uncomfortable. Let me tell y'all something. I never thought I could say that a woman could violate me in that way, but she was in total violation. She kept trying to touch me and stuff. I'm like, yo, hold on, man, chill. So I get up, and this is no cap, y'all. It's like Tom and Jerry in that house. I'm trying to like literally get away from her, and she keep like chasing me and like trying to grab on me and hug me and stuff. And I'm like, yo, chill out. So I'm like, yo, let's talk or whatever, because she trying to get down to business. And I'm like, yo, I'm not trying to do that, And I'm sitting on the couch. And I said, just sit right there. Let's slow down. Let's just talk. So she like, yeah, your cousin C. Jones was telling me that you single and he think that we should be together. All in my head, I'm thinking like, yo, as soon as I get back around C. Jones, I'm putting hands on him. I don't know what this dude was sitting up here telling this girl or whatever, but yo, she got me all the way bent. I'm not trying to be in no relationship, and especially with somebody that I just met, man, that's out. So I'm talking to her. I'm like, okay. Now at this point in time, y'all, Big Kiki is getting way close to me. She getting really close to me. And I'm like, you know what? This ain't going to work. I just felt violated. So I felt pressured. And I'm not trying to sound like a victim, but, I just felt uncomfortable. Let me ask the fellas out there a question right quick. This is for the fellas, right? Have y'all ever been in a predicament where a woman was real aggressive on you and you just didn't want to do anything and you really felt like you could be a victim? Let me know in the comment section. And this is not me being soft or nothing, but I really felt victimized, right? So I was like, hey, hold on. Let me, I know what you want to do, but I like to practice safe intimacy. And she like, dude, I got condoms upstairs. So I was like, oh, man, because at this point, I'm trying to get away. I'm trying to get away at this time. So she like, I'm finna go get some right now. You stay right there. As soon as she went up them stairs, y'all, I bolted throughout the door. I opened that door and I got up out of there, right? So I'm walking down the street and I call my cousin. I'm like, yo, Jones, man, where's you at? He got the busting out, started laughing. I'm like, man, get over here right now. He like, man, I'm down the street. Here I come. So as I'm walking down the street, like towards the entrance to the left, here she go. Hey, baby, where you going? Listen, this is in the summertime, y'all. This is in the projects, right? Everybody outside. And this is the projects that, I frequent in, people know me out there. So they like, oh, Donta was messing with Big Kiki. Oh, Donta a freak. He was in there freaking on Big Kiki. No, that ain't true. I was getting out of there, right? So I'm walking, cats coming up to me like, oh, you just knocked Big Kiki down and all this. So now this is where rumors start, right? So my cousin pull up and he get out the car laughing at me like, and all this and that. He like, you knocked Big Kiki down? I'm like, man, dude, heck. I'm like, man, take me back to my mama house, man. So we get in the car. I'm like, dude, man, why you play too much, man? He like, man, Big Kiki a freak, man. I lost my virginity to Big Kiki. I'm like, dude, y'all. I'm like, dude, that ain't even my type, man. I don't get down like that. He like, man, dude, she be out. She a real freak though. Like if you wanted to go over there and slide in there one night, Big Kiki would do it. All I'm thinking is like, this girl probably got every STD in the world. She out here in the projects. And listen, this ain't no shot at nobody in the projects, because there are good people and there are good, wholesome women that's in the projects, okay? But Big Kiki, she was every bit of that stereotype that I'm talking about right now, man.
Hey, I'm Donta. If you enjoyed this story time, make sure you hit that like button, share the video, and if you are not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you want me to promote your business or your social media channels, email me at thedanteshow88@yahoo.com. I charge $50 per video. Don't forget, y'all, I go live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you catch your man cheating on you, do not get even. Just break up with him or you're going to be in this situation. Let's get to it.
Hey y'all, so today's story is about a girl who, instead of just leaving the guy alone, she decided she needed to get her lick back. So this girl, she was dating this guy for I don't know how long or whatever, but they were in a relationship and she felt like she was doing everything right to this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like she wasn't cheating on him. She was trying to please him, satisfy him, be everything that he needed in a girlfriend. But eventually she started to realize that maybe that wasn't enough. So she had a friend. It's always a friend who want to tell you about your relationship, tell you about your man, got you thinking and overanalyzing everything. But in this case, homegirl was right. Her friend was saying like, how's your relationship going? You seem real happy. And the girl like, yeah, I mean, everything seems fine and dandy. And her friend, she was like, well, I ain't know how to come to you with this, but I was looking at my friend birthday party pictures and I noticed your dude was in the background with another female and they looked real close. And girl, she like, I mean, I knew he was going to a birthday party. You sure? Like, how close is you talking about? Because you could just be overthinking things. You could just be assuming. And she like, nah, they was real close. Like, it looked like he was kissing her on her neck. And the girl like, well, can you show me the pictures or whatever? And so she showed her the pictures, and yeah, I mean, there was no debate in that. There was no, like, you could not deny that it looked like he was sitting there kissing her or licking her or something on her neck. They looked intimate in that picture. So girl, she mad. She like, oh man, I need to confront him. I need to confront him because he doing me wrong and I'm doing everything right. I've been swerving dudes. People been in my inbox trying to get with me. And here he go out here. I don't even know if this is a girl he cheating with, or he just happened to be hooking up at the birthday party. But regardless of what it is, you're not finna do me like that. So friend, like, what you got in mind? Girl, she like, well, a lot of people been already in my inbox, and one person specifically was his cousin. I've been trying to ignore his cousin because I'm like, dude, you foul. This is your cousin I'm dating, but here you go in my inbox every other day. How you doing, big head? Hi, beautiful. When you go give me a chance? My cousin ain't worth it. All this, all that. So she felt like, in her mind, since he wanted to be out here doing him, maybe I should start doing me. Now, audience, this is where when I'm hearing the story, I'm like, girl, out of all the people you could think about messing with, if this is the route you choose to go, I personally would have left dude alone, because he ain't worth the headache if he out here entertaining other females. But she felt like it'll affect him worse if she decides to dip off and mess with the cousin. Bad mistake on her end. However, we'll continue with the story. So she noticed, it just so happens he just wrote her a couple hours ago. So she looked at it, left him on red, but she went back into the message and she wrote him like, hey, how you doing? I see that you've been interested in me some time now, and I mean, what you have in mind? Like, why are you so invested in taking your time out your day to write me and play a cousin, make him look bad? Like, what's up? And he like, no, I just been feeling you. You seem like a good woman, and I just want to show you how a real man treat a woman. And my cousin, he ain't the man for you. He ain't right. He be playing you out here. He be making you look bad. I think you should just give me a chance. And she like, but that's your cousin though. Man, forget him. All this, all that. Just straight up negativity when it comes to the cousin. And she like thinking in her mind, like, yeah, this is the perfect opportunity to, you know, give him a taste of his own medicine. So she like, okay, so when you trying to get together, I'm on whatever time you on, because now she's not even trying to talk to the cousin for real. She really just trying to get revenge on, you know, her boyfriend. He don't even know that, you know, she knows about the picture from the birthday party that the friend put her on or whatever. So yeah, so he like, yeah, we can, you mind going out to eat or to the movies? We, you know, we can even drive out the city and do something so we ain't got to be seen or nobody can see us. Let me pause it there, audience. He was already on some mess, because he know, first off, he shouldn't have been trying to court his cousin's girlfriend.